Hello, welcome to day 6 of your new relationship with sugar. How are you feeling? What are your impressions so far? How you've been feeling after resigning from all sugary products, including fruit yesterday? I know from experience that some people might feel very low energy, but for some people, it wasn't so difficult after all. So today what I want you to do is to check in with yourself. Because if you have, and actually I am hoping it wasn't as easy for you. Because, if you're just using purely willpower and you are in it for 7 days, you may not learn as much as I'm hoping about your internal dialogue between your sugar devil and the sugar angel. So if you can stop and pay close attention to the food dialogue you are having in your head, and trust me, you'll be surprised how much dialogue it is happening literally every single day in our heads about the food, then you can learn so much. Because remember, a strategy known is a strategy blown. So once you learn how to recognize the tricks of your sugar devil he's using on you, that you sell yourself on the sugar, you know what to watch out for. It's so important you start to learn how one part of your consciousness, one part of your body is trying to influence the other part of your consciousness. And remember, because today again is a day with no fruit and no processed sugars, you may feel a bit low. That low emotion may come to the surface again. And what your sugar devil is going to do, it's going to amplify that emotion. And it's going to try to convince you to give in to a piece of chocolate since you have a rubbish day and you feel so uncertain and maybe overwhelmed by this whole challenge. So today is the day to actually pay a close attention to that food dialogue. Because what I want you to achieve is a state when literally a plate of freshly baked cookies is put in front of you and you're completely indifferent to it. And I know it's achievable because I used to be a person who'd literally totally hooked, addicted to sugar, to a drug. Literally, I was one of those mamas I was telling you in the previous video, where given a choice between having a meal and having a dessert or something sweet, I would just go for something sweet and skip on a meal, just to compensate on the calories eaten. And that's crazy. And now once I got into, so much more awareness of my whole emotions and how my body works and feels after eating certain food, I literally, you can give me a Kitty Kat bar, you can put a piece of cake in front of me, and I'm not the slightest tempted. As I did say, I do make exceptions, which is still something I'm working on personally as well. I'm not totally sugar-free, but I definitely am on my way to be there, and I know how important it is to achieve that state. I'm not saying we can achieve that state, of having zero cravings just in 7 days. But what we are trying to get is the simple emancipation from sugar, and that's what this challenge is about. So today, I want you to pay a close attention to your feelings. If you're feeling low, and the devil is trying to take advantage of you feeling low, here is 2 questions you need to ask yourself. How can I feel better without that food? What can I do right now, right this minute, to make myself feel better? And what emotion do I think I'm going to experience after I've eaten that food? And then that begs the question, how else can I achieve that emotion? For example, a lot of people might feel lonely, disconnected. So we try to feel love through that piece of chocolate. If you have an uncertain day and you're stressed out and overwhelmed, you want a bit of certainty right now, which, by the way, is one of the basic 6 human needs that drive literally every decision, every behavior we are having. Also, reaching out for the sugary food. So let me explain, for instance, how a piece of chocolate can satisfy your need for certainty when you have an uncertain day. Easy, because you know that chocolate tastes good. You know you're going to like it, and you know that melty, creamy flavor it's going to give you in the mouth. So when you have an uncertain day and something you're stressed about, reaching out for that sweet food is literally satisfying your basic need for the certainty. So that begs the question again: how else can you satisfy your human needs? And there are 6 of them, but I won't go into this topic today. How else can you satisfy these human needs? How else you can feel the emotion you are after without reaching for that food? Perhaps, a phone call to the right person can help you feel, can boost dopamine in your brain and can help you feel more connected and more happy. Or perhaps finishing a project you've been putting off can give you that feeling of significance and achievement, which again is another basic human need we want to satisfy. Because trust me, if you think you're satisfying these emotions, these needs with the food, you're really not. Or maybe you are, but just temporary. So we are trying, so it's just so important to find other vehicles for satisfying these needs and these emotions. So your project for today: no fruits, no refined sugar. Identify all the emotions you want to satisfy with food. And then identify other vehicles, other ways of how you can achieve these emotions, how you can satisfy these needs without the food. Continue your new relationship with sugar. I'll see you back tomorrow.